Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing good. So in this video again we will solve a problem on heap, but this is a quite hard problem. But if you have watched the previous videos, that is merge, case, sorted array and all of that, then this problem will make a little more sense to you. Okay. So before we begin with today's problem, I would like to take some time to tell about this ebook. This ebook is on data structures and algorithms, and it has 90 plus DS algo chapters and 15 plus HR questions. So if you're preparing for any coding interview or want to become a software developer, so in the interviews you might get these kind of questions and you can be well prepared. This book is written by a software engineer who has worked in many multinational companies, and he has gathered all his experience and written this wonderful ebook. It is neatly organized. I will show you some parts of it. So you can see that there are sorting algorithms, there is searching. See, because it's an ebook, you can directly click on any link and go to that page. And there are basic data structures like linked list, stacks, queues, trees are there, graph, recursion. So you can see how well it is written with diagrams and all of that. Very nice. It is worth your money. The link is in the description of this video. Please do check it out. Okay. So now let us go to today's problem. So today's problem is called smallest range in k lists. So we are given k sorted lists of integers of size n. So each list is of size n. And over here it is not linked list, it is array list only. So find the smallest range that includes at least one element from each of the k list. I'll read that once again. Find the smallest range that includes at least one element from each of the list. So let us take an example to understand this. So let us understand with the example. The example here is so 1357, 13579, 02468, 02468, and 235711. Okay, 235711. So these are the k lists of size 5. Okay, and we have to tell a specific range. So our range will be some low to high, some range. Okay, this range, we just have to tell these two values. What are these two values? Such that not all, at least one element from each of these lists is in this range. So if you observe over here, for example, if I take the range to be as 0, 2, if I take the range to be 0, 2, then you can see that in all these k lists, there is at least one element which lies in this range. So you can see, for example, this number 1 lies in the range 0, 2. 0 also lies because 0 is also included. It is inclusive range. 2 also lies. So we have to tell minimum range. What is minimum range? Minimum range will be that range in which high minus low is minimum. This high minus low should be minimum. What does this mean? High minus low is minimum. It means that low should be as close as possible to high. Low should be as close as possible to high. Or in another way, we can understand that this high value should be as small as possible and low value should be as large as possible, but it should be such that low is less than or equal to high. So when we say that the range is minimum, we should interpret this statement in this way, that high should be very small, low should be large, such that low is less than or equal to high. then only we will get minimum range. So how to tackle this problem now? What will be our algorithm? How to make use of heap? So let us understand all of that. Okay, so let us understand all of that. So we are given k lists. Okay, what we will do is we will make a min heap. We will make a min heap, and in the min heap we will put first elements of all the list. This step is very common to all these kind of problems like merge k linked list, merge k sorted arrays. In those problems also we have done this only. So we will put all these elements. Okay, but is it sufficient enough to put all these elements? See, if it was a linked list, then we will have the next pointer, because we would want to traverse these elements also, right? How to traverse, how to reach these elements? So if you have seen that merge case sorted arrays video, I think it is part 129 of this series. There we have taken each as an element, each array value as an element, and element will have the attributes value, index, and row. What is this value, index, and row? Value will be value of that element. Row, sorry, index, row will be the array number. For example, this is array number 0, array number 1, array number 2. Okay, in this matrix, it will be that kind of a, this row will be that number, and index will basically be in this particular array, what is the index of the current element. For example, index of 1 in the 0th row is equal to 0. Index of 5 in the 0th row is equal to 2. Why do I need all these? Because if I have to traverse any of the list, if I have to traverse any of these lists, how will I do that? I can only do that if I know the index and the array, which array it belongs to and which index, then only I can access that element. So I need these attributes. Okay, I need these attributes. See, actually, I would like to pause here and tell you that I tried solving in this GFG, but over here, it is saying you can't use pair, STL pair you can't use. So you have to do some other method. So I left this question and I went to this question in LeetCode. LeetCode, it is a hard problem. I will put the link in the description. This is also same as the previous, this GFG question, but over here, every array need not have the same size. Over here, every array need not have the same size. Okay, so size of the array can be different over here. I will tell you what else changes we have to make over here. So let us come back to the algorithm. What will the algorithm be? We will keep some variables called minimum. Initially, minimum will be equal to int max. We will keep a variable called maximum. It will be equal to int min. Okay, it will be equal to int min. We will keep a variable called range. It will have what? It will have a value initially int max. Why int max? Because we have to find smallest range. So we will assume largest possible value. Okay. Then we will keep two more variables called low and high. This low and high will be our final range values. Final range values will be low and high. Okay. So now what are we going to do? How to find the smallest range? Let us see. So as I told, we will make a min heap and we will put all these elements over here. The first elements of each of the arrays. So it will be 0, 1, and 2. Okay. We will record what is the maximum. What is the maximum over here? It is 2. Okay. Then we will pop out the top element. We will pop out the top element and we will not say top element is minimum. We will say it can be minimum. What is the basic approach behind this? See, let us draw the number line and we can understand. So smallest number in all these values is 0 and largest number is 11. Okay, largest number is 11, smallest is 0. So max or worst case scenario, our range will be 0 to 11. If our range is 0 to 11, then all the elements will come. So this is worst case. So let us think from here. Or better way to think about it is, we will consider only the first elements of all these arrays and we will find minimum maximum. So we will get the range as 0, 2. Okay, we will get range as 0, 2. Why did we do this? Because we know that definitely at least one element will lie in this particular range. Because if you observe, all these are the smallest values present in their respective arrays. So definitely they will lie in this range, na? I think you should understand this by now. Okay. But we don't know whether this range is smallest or not. How do we know if this range is smallest or not? So for that, we have to keep traversing the elements and changing our range. So in this example, it is true that this is only smallest. Let us take another example and see what is the smallest. We will take this LeetCode example. I will remove all this. So don't forget that min heap part. I will tell you what to do with the min heap part. Okay, so let us write this LeetCode example. 4, 10, 15, 24. 4, 10, 15, 24, 26. Okay. 0, 9, 12, 0, 9, 12, 20. 5, 18, 22, 30. 5, 18, 22, 30. Okay. So this is one example. Now we will maintain a min heap. We will put all the first elements of the arrays 0, 4, 5. Now what is minimum here? 0. What is maximum here? 5. So what is the range over here? 5 minus 0, which is equal to 5. Okay. Now I will pop out this minimum. I will pop out the minimum, and wherever this minimum is, in whichever array it belongs to, I will go to the next element. It is 9. So I will go to next element and push 9 over here. And before pushing 9, I will record the max value. I will check if it is going to be maximum or not. So I will get to know that now my new maximum is 9 and my new minimum is 4. If you rearrange this heap, it will be like this only, right? 4, 5, 9. So now, is the range greater than our range? Range was 5. What is the new range going to be? 5. It is not greater. So we will not update the range. And our low and high values, which were 0 and 5, because we had updated when the range got updated, now they will not get updated. What will update is, see, now top of the heap is 4. Wherever 4 is, we will go to next element in that array. So 10. So now our heap will be like this. So we will remove 4 and our heap becomes like this. Now tell me, what is the minimum? Minimum is 5. Maximum is 10. Is the range 10 minus 5 greater than our range 5? No. So low and high won't be updated. Nothing will be updated. What will happen? We will remove 5, and wherever 5 was, see 5 was here, we will go to next element, which is 18. So our heap will change like this. It will become 9, 10, 18. Now what is minimum? 9. What is maximum? 18. 18 minus 9 is 9. Is 9 less than this range? Range is range is smaller than 9. So we won't update our range because we want smallest range. We are getting bigger value here. Similarly, low and high also won't be updated. But what will happen? We will pop out 9. We will go to next element of 9. So our heap will become like this: 10, 12, 18. See over here, 10, 12, 18. Our max value did not change. Max value is 18 only. So that is why you need to keep recording maximum value. It is not guaranteed that whatever element goes into the priority queue, it is going to become maximum. So maximum is 18, minimum is 10. Is 8 the range greater than our, less than our range? No. So what is minimum element? 10. Go to the next element of 10. Where is 10 present? First array. First array, we need to know which array it belongs to. We need to know which index it belongs to. We need to go to next array, next index. So 15. Okay. Next what? Now what is the, it is going to be 12, 15, 18. What is the range now? 18 minus 12. 18 minus 12 is 6. Is 6 less than 5? No. So now we will pop out 12. We will go to next element 20. So I'll remove all of this and now I'll show you. So remember that we were at 20. Okay, so we were at 20 over here. We went to 20. So 15 was there, 18 was there, 12 was there. Now 12 is removed and 20 is put in. So our heap will change to 15, 18, 20. Okay. Now we are at 20. And what is the range now? 5. Is 5 greater than 5? No. So wherever 15 is, we'll go to next. So we went to 24. Now we will insert 24. So 18, 20, 24. So now what is the range going to be? 24 minus 18, 6. Is 6 greater than our recorded range? No, it is not. So remove 18, go to next element. So what is it going to happen now? It is going to be 20, 22, 24. Now what is the range? Now if you see it, it is 24 minus 24. 4 is less than this 5. So now the range will be updated. Range is going to be updated to 4. What is low value going to be now? Low value is going to be, now what is the current minimum that is in our range? 20. What is the high value now? It is going to be 24. Okay, now it is going to be 24. So now 20 will be removed. 20 is removed and it will go to next element. But there is no next element. So whenever we have reached the end of any array, see this is end of this array. Whenever we have reached the end of any array, we will break out from the loop. Because after that, we won't get any better answer. So our final answer is going to be 2024. So I think I did it correctly. Let's see. Yeah, our answer is going to be 2024. So what did we essentially do? We always wanted to check for a better range. We wanted to check for a smaller range. So we kept updating our max value as and when we push the element into the priority queue. Because it was a min heap, we knew that top element will be minimum to be considered. But the minimum in the answer range, that is this low value, this should only be updated if this range is being changed. You should not update low and high unnecessarily. Okay. So what we did was we found out the minimum and we tried to move in direction of minimum. Why only in direction of minimum? Basically, what I'm trying to say is, I'll remove all this. Why only we moved in direction of minimum? You might have that question, right? So consider any random range. Okay. If we want to decrease the range, either we move the maximum closer to minimum or we move the minimum closer to maximum. In this problem, which is easier? We know that all the arrays are sorted. They are sorted in ascending order. They are sorted in ascending order. So array elements will increase from left to right. So it is better to move this minimum. Instead of moving the max in the range, it is better to move the minimum closer to the max so that we get a smaller range. So that idea only I have used over here to solve this problem. So I really hope you have understood the logic behind this, why I was moving according to minimum element, because that is the best way for this problem. If, for example, the arrays were sorted in decreasing order, then I would try to move the maximum, right? or I would still try to move the minimum. It depends on the problem. So comment down below, what would be your approach if the array were decreased order? So now I will show you the code. So be ready to see the code. What is the code going to look like? So I think I have to erase all of this to explain the code part. Okay. So again, I'm taking an element because each and every array value has 4 attributes. What are the 4 attributes? First attribute of any element is the value. For example, let me consider this element 10. 10 has a value equal to 10. Okay. What is the row number or the array number? What is the array? Which array does it belong to? It belongs to array number 0. I'm considering 0 index. So it belongs to array number 0. What is the index of this element in the 0th row? It is equal to 1. And don't forget, over here, all the arrays do not have the same size. In the other problem, merge case sorted arrays, each and every array had the same size. Over here, we need to consider the array size for each and every array also. So there are going to be total 4 attributes associated with an element. So I have made a class called element and there are 4 values. Everything is public only. So 4 values, 4 attributes are there: value, index, row, array size. And this is a constructor function. It is taking int val, int index number, int row number, int array size. Okay, as I explained over here. And I need a custom comparator comparing function. So again, this is known as operator overloading. And I'm basically this will help me in arranging the elements in min heap, that is small to big order. So this is my given function. This is my given function. Okay, this is the given function wherein we're given this array. And in this matrix, each and every array does not have the equal size. It is not necessary. So that is why this, if you solve this problem, it is better than solving the GFG problem, because over here you have to consider an extra attribute also. So I have taken the priority queue. How have I declared it? See, instead of int, it is element now. Instead of vector int, it is vector element, not int. And k is equal to array size, because array size will tell how many lists are there. Then I've taken some variables low and high initially. It is having some garbage value. And I'm pushing inside the queue each and every first elements, that is this one, 4, 0, 5. I'm pushing those. How am I pushing? I am passing value, index, row number, array size. See, for this array, for this element 4, array size is 5. But for this element 0, array size is 4. You can see there are only 4 elements here. So that is why it is important to write this. Okay, I am just recording minimum, maximum. It is only sufficient if you calculate, actually calculate minimum, maximum here also. Then I am performing operations until the queue is not empty. I am taking the first element in a temporary object. Now I've declared a variable called maybe minimum. So what is this maybe minimum? Basically, if the range is lesser than the calculated range, like when I was explaining this, I was calculating range each and every time, right? Sometimes we got the range to be greater than our recorded range. So for that, I've taken this maybe minimum variable. And why is it equal to temp value? Because we know that top of the element, top of the priority queue will have minimum element only, always. But over here, low is the minimum that is in the range, the answer range. So if range is greater than max minus maybe minimum, then I'm changing minimum to maybe minimum, because I have found a better minimum now. And my range is equal to max minus min, and low and high also I have changed. See, I have taken 2 extra variables here. I don't think it's necessary, but Just to give a better explanation, I have done this. So low will now be min, high will be max. So do you see when the low and high are getting updated? Only when our range, the recorded range, is greater than possible range. So this max minus maybe minimum is the possible range. Now, if temp.index is equal to temp.array size minus 1, what is this statement? See over here in this example, when we reached 20, 20 is at index 3 and this array size is 4. So 3 is equal to 4 minus 1. That means we have reached the end of any array. We have reached the end of the array. So we can break out. There is no point doing anything now. We can break out because we have found the best possible answer. So we'll break. Otherwise, temp index I will increase. Why am I increasing? Because I am accessing the next element of that particular array wherein I found the minimum. So over here, if 0 is minimum, I have to check for 9, right? How to go to 9? I need index of 0 and I need array of 0. So again, I'm pushing all the values in the queue. Sorry, I'm pushing the object. I made an object over here. I'm pushing that. Okay. And don't forget to record the maximum. Each time you insert an element into the priority queue, you have to record the max value because it will keep changing, right? It won't be constant. Finally, we return low and high in the vector. So in the GFG problem, it was given as a pair, but I don't know why it was saying pair was not declared in this scope. I don't know what was the reason. So this problem you solve, it will be sufficient. It will help you. If you want me to submit, I'll submit and show. So you can see it got accepted. It is correct. Solution will be there, but in the code, I will put it in IDEON. Okay. That's all for this video. I'm kind of tired now. I hope I could explain it to you. Please like the video if you liked it. Share it with all your friends as much as possible. Subscribe to the channel. It will really motivate me. Take care. Stay safe. Keep learning. Keep growing. Stay tuned. Bye.